Global Besties, welcome to 1,000 Miles Pod.
You belong here.
That felt so good, guys. What is up, Global Besties? It's Maddie here for a solo episode today and a special edition of 1,000 Miles Podcast. Welcome to our first Best Bits special episode where I'm breaking down the top 5 podcast segments that you must hear from our first 13 episodes. If you're new to the pod, welcome. This is for you, and you're going to learn a lot about me, Nikki, and Tyler. You're going to hear some of the highlights of the podcast so far from our first 13 episodes, and if you're an OG Global Bestie, welcome back to reliving some of the best moments of 1,000 Miles Pod so far. We're kicking it off with a must-listen segment from our very first episode where we introduce each other and give you some background on who we are. But we did it in a unique way where we gave bios of each other, so there were some laughs along the way. Listen to this segment to get to know us a little better. Now, we could be basic and give bios of ourselves, but we thought it'd be way more fun to give bios of each other. And we are good friends. I would consider these two girls some of my absolute besties, but we've also only known each other for a relatively short period of time. So this is going to be hilarious and interesting to see how well we actually know each other.
No pressure.
Yeah, I'm already a little bit like, this is going to be silly as fuck.
Yeah. We will clarify the truth though.
Yeah.
Shall I go first?
Yeah. Also, if you're watching, we're probably going to stop looking at you. Don't be offended.
But we love you, Global Bestie.
Okay, I'm going to introduce Maddie because...
I'm ready for it. I'm so excited to see what this is going to be.
Disclaimer, we have known each other, technically, I would say, maybe 18 months?
Yeah.
But in person, that like online. 18 months online and about 6 in person.
Yeah.
But we have spent a maximum of like 2 weeks together.
Yeah.
Okay, let's begin.
Okay, tell me about myself.
This is Maddie.
Tell me about myself.
Probably one of the most humble and gracious people I know. Born in Texas. She's nodding. That's a yes. Maddie used to be a D1 volleyball player.
You got it.
Wow.
I'm British. I don't know what that means. I used to play volleyball too, but I don't know what D1. I'm assuming Division 1.
Yeah, Division 1.
In college.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, she's from the US.
Maddie here is married to Patrick. Sweethearts. They've been married for 10 years. And, you know, I think obviously this is about Maddie, not about Patrick, but I feel like your relationship kind of formed who you are as a person. So I felt that was important to...
Yes, DJ 1 p.m.
TJ 1 p.m.
DJ 1 p.m.
And Mad Dog.
Yeah.
Maddie is also a licensed therapist.
True.
And that was her full-time job until recently when she has become a full-time creator for the Travel Mentors.
I have, yes. It is a wild time to be alive, but that's so accurate. You crushed it.
She's also a water baby. I feel like every time I see what you're up to, you're in some sort of body of water. So definitely not a water.
It's like
there
water.
are occasionally times where if I'm not looking at Ty, I totally don't understand what she's saying because I have to like listen to the accent, which is glorious, and also sometimes look at her lips to like pick up what she's saying.
I did not know this.
It's fun. It's fun. It's like a fun little challenge.
It's amazing.
I feel like though I'm going to be easy to distinguish in this podcast because there's 2 American ladies here and 1 Brit. So
Easy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I might throw an accent in every now and then. We'll
For
see.
sure. Yeah, we'll see. Could get wild. Yeah, you nailed it. I am a water baby. I love the water, even though I did not grow up by the water. I grew up in Dallas, Texas. I guess I grew up by lakes, so I do love a lake, but
it can't be cold though.
Yeah, it cannot be cold. Anything under 70 is cold. Anything under 50 is freezing, and I'm not sure what that is in Celsius, so I'm so sorry. But I do know that we lived in Phoenix, Arizona for the last 6 years, and in Celsius, it was typically around 40 to 45. And I pretty much thrive in the heat. So I am like a heat water baby. That's where I'm happiest.
Wow. What is your star sign?
Do we know this about each other?
I don't know.
Is that like Aries? Is that what that
Should
means?
we have checked our compatibility before starting this podcast based on our star signs?
I don't know anything about it, but I've been told that I'm an Aries, I believe. And I remember that because it starts with an A, and I was born in April.
Oh.
Yeah.
See, this is where I would say, oh, that's a water sign, it makes sense, but I actually don't know.
Yeah, I don't actually. Do you know if you're a water sign?
I don't know what that means.
I don't know if that's
I'm
a
not
water
sure.
sign.
People are going to be listening like, what?
Yeah.
We're here to learn.
We're here to learn. Yeah, so that's my bio. I'm super stoked to be here. I have always wanted to have a podcast, and I've been waiting for the right timing and the right people, and we found it, and it's going to be magic. So we're stoked.
We'll touch on that a little bit later as well, how we all met.
Yeah. More details.
I'm going to give the glorious little mermaid princess, Nikki Tomlin's bio. I'm going to tell you all about her. This is Nikki Tomlin. What to even say about her? She is like I said, a certified glorious mermaid princess.
I don't think I've ever been described as a mermaid princess, but I love it.
I know, I've seen you.
As long as there's no seaweed. Mermaid princess.
Yeah, so the most important thing you need to know about Nikki is that she is absolutely horrified by wet plants.
Wet plants.
So like seaweed, I guess like a freshly spritzed house plant. I'm not entirely sure.
I don't typically touch them, so like the fear isn't there, but.
Like actually I've seen this in first person. She screams.
Insert audio clip now.
Piles of seaweed, I hate seaweed. Oh! I hate this. Yeah. So that's Nikki. She was born and raised in Rapid City, South Dakota in the US, which is in the Midwest US. She and my wonderful husband, DJ 1PM, are also both Midwesterners. So that's one of the things I absolutely love. Nikki is one of the most incredibly talented photographers and just like visual artists that I know. Her talent for photography and her editing style is so inspirational. I was obsessed with her before I even met her, which we'll get into later. Yeah. And she has recently flipped her whole world upside down in just the most courageous, beautiful step to become a full-time traveler, full-time digital nomad. And we could not be more proud of our beautiful mermaid princess. So that is Nikki Tomlin, my friends.
Yeah, I don't think there's nothing to correct there. Maddie nailed it and said it so much more eloquently than I would.
Also, she's obsessed with matcha, so send matcha.
You send matcha with Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
I fear I have not gassed you up enough because that was beautiful.
I literally was like, wow, okay, Maddie.
My goal in life is to make people feel uncomfortably encouraged.
I love that. I feel like that's a really great way to describe yourself.
I feel comforted by your encouragement. Wow.
Yeah.
I want it to be like you feel so encouraged, but then it's like, okay, now I feel like excessively encouraged, and now I feel uncomfortable.
Yeah, that's definitely your superpower.
Yes.
Yeah, I would agree that that's right up your alley.
Oh, and Nikki is passionate about the human experience. She details vlogs and the way that she captures the human experience in the world on her social channels is chef's kiss. Mm-hmm. You can't see it, maybe you can, but I'm doing a beautiful Italian chef's kiss image.
It is chaotic in a really gloriously fun way. Yeah. So yeah, I feel like you nailed that. Wow.
Thanks, girl.
I'm sorry, but I'm not gonna be as eloquent to you, Ty.
She's a bitch.
I'm like, wow, Maddie really nailed that. I should have gone second. Okay, I'm gonna introduce Ty, and I feel like this is gonna be kind of fun because like I know you, but
the least.
Yeah. I feel like I know you the least of the group, which is like crazy considering I'm in your house and
your roommate now.
I'm literally like your roommate at this point.
Yeah.
But Ty was born in Guernsey, moved to Australia for a little while.
Correct.
Came back to Guernsey.
Indeed. Yeah.
Did you ever go to college?
No.
Didn't think so based off of the job description she gave the other day. She has a wonderful husband, Ben, who is
also our podcast editor. Shout out.
Thanks, Ben.
Literally a gem. Thank you for doing that because wow. And she's a postie here in Guernsey. She delivers people's mail in the most fabulous way I've ever seen anybody deliver mail. I saw it from my window this morning.
She's like this hot little fairy running around neighborhoods delivering mail. It's incredible.
In like the most ninja graceful fashion I think I've ever seen anybody deliver mail. It's impressive. She's also a light. She is so incredibly kind and funny. Your ability to just like insert a joke is top notch. I aspire to have that grace in telling jokes. And yeah, your content creator journey, I actually don't know how long you've been doing it for. When did you start? The same time as Maddie? No, you guys started TCP together.
Yeah.
Ben and I started just before TCP, like a month before.
And so that was 2023? Okay. 24?
Yeah, 24.
Yeah, started last year.
Okay, that's crazy. You guys have 30,000 followers. That's nuts. You are one of the best storytellers in Reels I've ever seen. Literally.
Preach.
Literally. I love your videos so much. And the editing you do, so creative, so fun. If you don't follow Ty, go follow Ty, the Infrequent Flyers. I mean, Ben's technically part of it too. He's phenomenal, but the editing I see you do is so good. And I just love it. And your series that you're doing before you turn 30, also in love with that. Ty's got a lot going on, but
You guys are so sweet.
I love listening back to that and thinking about the early part of this podcast. This has been such a joy. We're on to our next bit for best bit number 2. And this is also from my very first episode. This is a story of how Nikki, Tyler, and I met. We live all across the world from each other. So it is a pretty wild story of how the three of us ended up as friends and friends who have a podcast together. We hope you enjoy the story. Should we dive into how we met each other? Because that is, that is the reason. Let's just get in really quick to the reason we chose the name 1,000 Miles, and we can backtrack from there, because it is the most bizarre thing in the world that the three of us are sitting on the same couch together. We are all together right now. We will be recording this globally from now on until we see each other next. But it is the most random experience that 3 women from other sides of the planet are sitting on a couch together on a small British isle off the coast of France recording a podcast. So let's get into how we met.
I think, Nikki, I don't know if you would agree, but I think Maddie is kind of like the glue that...
100%.
Like, we met through Maddie.
Yeah.
And that wouldn't have happened otherwise. So I feel like it's only right that you explain.
Okay, I can start.
Yeah.
So in general, my personality is not in a creepy way, but maybe in a creepy way, but it's not creepy because it works out. I'll look at people and be like, we're going to be best friends. And then I'll just kind of be like, I'm going to make it happen. Cool. You are chosen.
You have been chosen.
Yeah. Call it youngest child syndrome, whatever you want to call it. But I'm like, I need besties in my life. So Tyler and I don't even know the whole timeline of when we met, but I'll start with Tyler and I, and then I'll talk about Nikki and I. Tyler and I met through a content creation course called TCP. So if you hear us refer to that TCP, that's just this course that we were in, how we met. And we were put into the same accountability group. Mm-hmm. And I can't remember logistically if it was the accountability group first or if we had DM'd each other on the side, but we met through Instagram. We met through this course. We DM'd each other, and I was like, yeah, Tyler's going to be one of my besties. And she doesn't even know it yet.
I did not know this part, but Ben and I had the same conversation. I was like, I love Maddie. This chick is so cool.
That's so funny. Spoiler alert, also did the same thing with Patrick when I met him. I was like, yeah, you're going to be my husband, even though you don't know yet. So Tyler and I met through that. On a parallel timeline, Nikki, I followed Nikki for years. She was one of kind of the OG creators that I followed, and I was so inspired by her, and I was like, she's literally the coolest human ever, even though she could be a serial killer. I don't know anything about her.
Very possible.
But she seems so cool.
Not really.
And Nikki was actually living in Phoenix when we were living in Phoenix, but on opposite sides of the city, and was having some car troubles, which was a main character in the story of why Nikki and I lived in the same city for a year and never hung out until like 2 days before she moved.
Literally.
And we always lament, like, oh my gosh, I cannot believe we wasted a whole year of our lives. Like
not glued to each other.
Not glued to each other. And we had communicated that year. I'm pretty sure, I'll let Nikki speak to this, but I think she may have been like, who's this random chick on Instagram that keeps like DMing me? But again, I was like, you shall be mine. You shall be my best friend.
I am collecting you like Pokemon.
Yeah, right. And I am selective of who I collect. So all I can think about is I'm a slut for friends. So Nikki and I connected. We went on a hike. She needed help with a shoot. So we went on a hike in Phoenix, and then I was like, immediately, I love you dearly. And then she moved.
Yeah.
So then
I also did just like tell you all my deepest, darkest traumas in like the 2 hours that we were together.
Yeah.
And then in the same breath was like, this is what you should do with content creation. Okay, bye.
Yeah. And she gave me some advice that changed my life. And as a full-time therapist at the time, I was like, I love your deep and dark trauma. So I hate boring conversations. If you heard the trailer to our podcast, you know that. So that's kind of the two parallel timelines. And where they all intersect is Patrick and I had this like wild idea to have a vow renewal for our 10-year wedding anniversary this past March in a
Patrick
castle.
likes nice things.
Yeah, Patrick is definitely in the Finer Things Club. If you guys are Office listeners or watchers, you will know that reference, but he loves nice things. So I was like, let's do a vow renewal. And he was like, bet, let's do it in the castle. And I was like, sweet, we're inviting all of our friends. And that's where I invited Nikki to come and Tyler to come, even though I had never met Tyler in person, and Nikki and I had hung out exactly one time for 2 hours.
Yep.
No, for real, because when we actually got to Italy, Ben and I were like, okay, so we're going to a castle in the ass end of nowhere in Italy.
Literally, I think the town had like 400 people in it.
We have never met any of these people. Are we going to end up on a true crime documentary? And if they do, can they please use my good side? Because
Kill me the right way.
with the claw.
Yeah. So that is how we all three met. I'll kind of let you guys talk through. I mean, you guys met at the castle, obviously, but I don't know if you guys communicated ahead of time or what. So you guys can jump into that.
I was like, I don't think we did.
No, I mean, we had been following Nikki for a while. We got to the castle and was like, day 2, she still hasn't followed us back.
I am so bad about that. Like, I'll be like, yeah, I know I'm going to hang out with like a group of people. And then I'm like, wait, did I end up following these people? I don't know. We're here now. Like, I'm so bad at it.
No hard feelings.
Yeah, but I do think we ate every single meal next to each other on that.
We
and
did.
that's like, I think Ben was always next to me and then you were on the other side of Ben. And I was like, I love these people. Not that I didn't love everyone. Yeah, I was like, not that I didn't love everyone, but it was, I just felt like really extra connected to the two of you. And I think that run that Ben and I went on truly bonded us because I thought I was going to die. But yeah, I don't think I had any knowledge of you guys whatsoever prior to going. Like, I probably couldn't even have picked you out of a crowd, to be honest. Like,
now you know, can't get us out of your head.
no, I live with you in Guernsey for the next 2 weeks.
It's crazy to think that that's how we all met. And here we are 14 episodes deep into this podcast with all of you guys, our global besties, and we love it. Our next best bit is from Tyler's 30th birthday episode, where Tyler asked Nikki and I at the ripe old age of 32 and 33 some advice as she enters her 30s. This segment makes me laugh every time I hear it, and we hope you love it too. Okay, Ty, we're going to turn the tables on you a little bit.
Okay.
Do you have any questions? Nikki and I are just pros at this point at our 30s, being 33 and 32 at the time of when this comes out. So do you have any questions for us as your elder millennials on the pod?
Does everything really start hurting more? Oh no, the silence is definitely...
Okay, wait.
I have things to say about this.
Yeah, I'm the worst person to ask because I had my first surgery at 18, my first knee surgery at 18, my first hip surgery at 21 or 22, and then I had my most recent knee surgery last year at 32. So I've been hurting since I was a teenager, so I'm actually not the best person to ask.
Fair.
I am like genetically predisposed to a couple of aches and pains, but I will say from the day I turned 25, every birthday, something else quits working. Like 25, I woke up and I couldn't do a sit-up anymore. So now like I have to actively make sure I work out my core so I can physically get out of bed or up off the ground or carry a backpack. 1 year, my bladder just stopped. It was like, it was like, you have to go right now. Granted, I have cut back on the alcohol and there's a little bit more control. So global besties, take that as you will. If you're having bladder control issues past the age of 25, try drinking a little bit less alcohol if you drink more than like a few drinks a week. And maybe you'll gain a little bit of control back. But I did actively think about wearing diapers for a moment. So, in my experience, every year something else goes. So, and it also takes twice as long to like get back into shape if you're not consistently staying at it. I have noticed that.
Yeah, I would say, I don't know. I mean, again, my dad has degenerative bone and joint disease. He's had 15 surgeries, and I destroyed my body playing college volleyball. So I'm probably not the best example, except I will say that It does take longer to recover. My knee surgery at 32, same surgery on the other knee, was so much harder than it was at 18. And yeah, I will anticipate I probably will have some knee and or hip replacements coming up in my 40s, 50s, 60s. So we can look forward to that. But I'll keep you updated. Hopefully this podcast is still going in the next 10 years. But
I would like the listeners to know that, like, I'm not asking, like, the moment I turn 30, will I be in pain? Like, there's not that much of an age difference between us. But if you are in your early 20s, or if you're a teenager listening to this question was for you guys, okay? I'm not expecting everything to fall apart as soon as I hit 30. Well, I hope not.
No, it is funny though. No, it's funny though, because I feel like there's such a, I don't know, in your 20s staring down your 30s, there's such like a lore about your 30s. Like, and I feel like there's such different experiences. People will be like, the 30s were the best decade of my life, or they'll be like, I hated my 30s, whatever. I have fallen in love with my 30s. It is absolutely prime time. And I don't know, I think it's so relatable to be like, on the eve of your 30th birthday, to be like, guys, what's it like? I mean, I feel like that's so freaking relatable. So I love that you're like clarifying, because I did the same thing before I turned 30. I was like, Patrick, he's a few months older. I was like, Patrick, what's it like? Like, what's going to happen tomorrow when I wake up? And he was like, I'm going to feed you pancakes. Like, nothing's going to be different.
Yeah.
I mean, on that note, do you guys have any advice for me moving into my 30s? Or anybody listening, of course. Besides, maybe cut back on the alcohol so you don't wet yourself.
Just keeping it real here.
I love it.
Yeah. I logistically, something I would say is invest in your health. Like literally your time and your finances. Invest it in your health. And that doesn't have to be like crazy things, but like drink more water. Like, literally just take care of yourself, because it is harder to recover and you can't, it's harder to undo it. So that's like a first off the top of my head logistical thing. It's like literally just go be an adult and take care of yourself. I'm not necessarily saying that to you, Ty, because I'm not like go be an adult, but I needed that. I needed somebody to be like, Maddie, get it together. Like take care of your skin, drink more water, like stretch more. And I
put SPF on.
That is what I need to hear.
Yeah, I bequeathed that to all of our younger listeners, because I needed someone to kind of kick my butt with that stuff and be like, dude, you get one body, take care of it.
I mean, I think 7 years, but guys, it is one body, technically.
Yeah, one body. I think I'm gonna second that. I was thinking that earlier. Is like, I think I've paid more attention to what I put in my body, what I put on my skin, like SPF. I put SPF on every day. I don't know what the hell I was doing in my early 20s. I am so lucky that I don't look like I'm 85 years old with the amount of sun damage I've done to my skin. But like, seriously, take care of your body. And I started working with a trainer a few months ago. I don't think I've been stronger in my adult life. And also the crazy things that I've been doing, like climbing mountains I went on a freaking 12-mile hike the other day. The longest I've ever hiked in a day prior to that was 13, and it about took me out. I did 12 the other day, and like I was tired, but I was fine. But that's because I've been working my ass off for the last 6 months with this trainer. Not to hike a mountain specifically. I just wanted to be able to carry my stuff without my body hurting, and I can be able to pick it up. And I notice it. Like I notice it. If I don't work out for like 2 weeks and then I go back into the gym, I'm like, oh, here we go. I'm doing an uphill climb again. So like, Global Besties, Ty, take care of yourself. Your skin, your insides, your muscles, all of it.
Yeah. The other thing that comes to mind is protect your time. Just protect your time, protect your energy, protect your capacity. I feel like your 20s is so much about like trying to be everything to everyone. And I feel like our 30s is like protect your capacity so that you can be everything to like your close
some people.
Yeah, like some people. I mean, you can't ever be everything for someone, but you know what I mean. I would just say, lean into boundaries. Find your voice with your boundaries. Learn how to assertively communicate your boundaries, and just protect your brain, protect what you're putting into your brain. Like there's so much noise in the world. There's so much hatred. There's so much, all of this stuff, but there's also so much beauty. Like just protect what you're letting into your brain because it really does affect you. And this is such an incredible decade. Like your 30s is incredible. So just protect it. Like let it be incredible.
Oh,
Yeah,
guys.
give yourself the like grace to grow, but also give yourself room to be vulnerable in that too. Like,
I feel like this is exactly what I needed to hear because Global Besties, before we started recording, I got on this call and I was like, I'm spreading myself so thin. I'm so overwhelmed with everything. I've got no time to do anything. And now I'm like taking a breath and being like, I need to take this advice on board. I appreciate you guys. I think that's invaluable.
Is this Ty's first therapy session?
I think it is.
Ty,
Top of my therapy.
congratulations. You just went to therapy.
Therapy.
And by therapy, I mean not for me because I am not a trained professional. It's all Maddie.
And for legal purposes, I mean also not for me because I'm not licensed in the state where I'm currently sitting.
You went to Bestie therapy.
Yeah, you went to public Bestie therapy. I love it. Any final thoughts, Ty? Any words that you have for the listeners who are maybe turning 30? I know we've already received messages from people who are like, dude, I'm so excited for this podcast because I'm about to turn 30 or I just turned 30. Like, any final words that you want to share?
Yeah, I think just be on your own path. Don't sort of feel the pressure from people around you or, society's expectations. Like, you are allowed to live your life the way that you want to. I remember when I turned, I think I was 24, 25, I was like, oh my God, I'm getting so old. And I'm like, whoa, slow down. You're not getting old. We have time. Okay, time's not guaranteed, but you don't have to rush everything. So just take it within your stride and,
And you know what? Also, I think just know that us older millennials are out here just knocking down some societal expectations for you. So by the time you reach this age, it's going to be a little bit more easy breezy than it is for us, I think.
Yeah.
That is true.
I have loved this therapy. This episode.
Yeah. Thank you for thank you for being you. First and foremost, thanks for your willing spirit just to kind of spend some time reflecting. I think it's important to reflect on these milestones and answering our rapid fire questions and all the things. So we love you. We are cheering you on as you enter this decade, a force of nature. It's going to be amazing.
A new decade, a new year coming. It's exciting times.
We love this podcast because it gives us a chance to publicly process what we're experiencing and navigating in our 30s, like a massive birthday milestone and also our experiences with heavier topics like body image. Our episode on body image is still our most listened to date, so of course we had to include part of that deeper and longer conversation into this Best Bits episode. In this segment, we talk about how travel impacts our view of body image and beauty standards, and we hope this touches you in a deeper way too. One of the questions I think is just interesting to think through is how has travel, and we can talk through the social media side of this too, but also, how has travel impacted y'all's view of body image and view of beauty? I feel like that is one of the greatest gifts that we can have and give ourselves and give to other women is just a really broad conceptualization of beauty, where it's not just like the American 5'11", blonde hair down to your ankles, size 0 model. That is beautiful. That is beautiful. You better believe if I see that on a runway, I'm like, oh my gosh, she literally looks like a goddess. However, that's not the only type of beauty. And I do think travel does an incredible job of opening that up, just blowing that wide open. So what are y'all's experiences with that?
Honestly, I think traveling in itself, just as a individual, I think you care a lot less about the way that you look because I think quite often you'll find that you don't think about other people in the way that you think about yourself. You're always going to be worst critic, right? But when you're traveling and everybody has an ulterior motive, whether they're living their lives in the normal countries or places that they live, or they're also traveling, people just want to connect. People don't care what people look like. You see people of all different ethnicities, all different weights. You see people all different heights. There's a whole plethora. You kind of see the real snapshot of being a human, right? And wow, like everyone is so gorgeous in their own right. It's unbelievable the amount of diversity that there actually is. And I think in the media, we get the same type of person crammed down our throats. But it's amazing to see all these different people, all different walks of life, and just the beauty in it.
Yeah, I think that's incredibly accurate. I think one of the first like real big body image travel experiences that I had where I was like, oh, literally nothing matters. Like literally nothing matters about the shape of my body, what I think about my body, what somebody else thinks about my body, was the first time I went to Hawaii. I was so nervous to go to Hawaii and not have cute outfits, not have cute swimsuits, not have the beachy hair, not have the cutest towel and like all of these things, because like that was all I had seen. And then I got there and it was like everyone, everywhere, everything. Like, and all of that, like the perfect things I had seen on Instagram were like few and far between. And I was like, oh, all of a sudden my world got so much bigger than just like you said, the size 0, blonde haired, 6 foot tall Victoria's Secret models. Like, and not that I hadn't known that, but it was like the first time where I was like, why was I so worried about like how I was going to look traveling somewhere? Because I thought only one thing existed, and it doesn't. Like, I never even like just getting to Albania yesterday and like going and walking on the beach. Like, I never could have predicted like what the environment was going to be like. Like, I didn't do the research on like this town in a sense where I like knew exactly where I was going to be when I got here, because I like to discover things. Like, I never could have pictured how many umbrellas were on the beach, just like I could never picture what kind of beauty I was going to find on the beach too. Like, so worrying about all of that just got really silly the more that I've traveled. The more I've just been like, yeah, whatever, I don't care. Like, it doesn't matter. And you see people sometimes where you're like, damn, I want to see your face on a billboard in Times Square, because they're physically like just that, like, oh my God, gorgeous goddess. But then sometimes you see somebody just like having the time of their lives and like just so happy and living in a moment. And I'm like, that also needs to be on a billboard in Times Square. And like, whether they're conventionally stunning or not, it's like, there's so many other different forms of beauty to be considered that we're just not shown, you know?
It's interesting thinking about travel and body image. My first real just experience of like those two worlds colliding when I was 19. I don't actually know if you guys know this. When I was 19, I took a semester off college and lived in Thailand. I lived in Bangkok.
What?
I was like, I don't think we've ever talked about this.
Literally what?
Yeah.
How does this never come up?
I don't know. I don't know. A lot of people don't actually know that about me. I feel like I don't really ever talk about it. Not for any reason. It was incredibly formative in my life. But I was like living with some Thai roommates. And I remember one day they came up, they just like off the bat were like, you're so pale, you're so pale, you're so pale. And I'm 19 at that point. I'd traveled. That was my first time to Asia, but I had traveled a little bit. And that was kind of the first time where I just realized like, oh, that's a huge compliment in this culture. And I am like I'm like the quintessential beach girl. If skin cancer wasn't a thing, I would quite literally lay in the sun for 12 hours a day. Like, I love being tan. I feel no shame about that. I absolutely love being tan. I think I look really nice and glowy tan with the red hair. It's a unique combo. I love being tan because I have red hair and I do get tan, which is a unique combo. So I think it's super fun. So for me to get that comment, I was like, what the heck? That's like the rudest thing anyone's ever said to me. And you know, as life kind of unfolded there and I started paying attention to like beauty signs and like 7-Eleven, all this stuff, like I started to realize, oh, this is like coveted here. And I was pale. I mean, it was the spring. I just come off of winter, but it was so fascinating. That was kind of the first time. It was just like this Tonka truck running into me of just being like, whoa, like it is so different. The world is so different. Like what might be beautiful in the US is not considered beautiful in other places and vice versa, which is literally proof that we are all making this crap up.
100%.
We're literally making this crap up.
Also, it doesn't matter where you live. My perception of beauty might be completely different to the person that lives next door to me on the same island. Beauty is such a spectrum. And like Nikki said before, it's not just about physical looks. Like, if I think about the most beautiful people I've ever met, my mind instantly goes to these women that I met in Fiji. And don't get me wrong, they were physically gorgeous as well. But they were the kindest people that I have ever met. And they were just so beautiful because I just felt like their kindness and their like genuine joy for life was just like exuding from their soul.
I had someone bring this up to me once. I don't even remember who it was, but I've never forgotten this. Isn't that funny how you can like remember what someone said, but you're like, I don't even remember who said this. But they were like, there's a difference between people who are pretty and people who are radiant. And you can chase your whole life. You can chase your whole life being pretty, or you can chase being radiant. And like one is inner beauty. And yeah, sure, maybe radiance is also, you know, a glowy skincare routine. But, you know, it's like, do you want to be pretty or do you want to be radiant? And that was really life-changing. I was like, whoa, because you meet beautiful people who, for whatever reason, probably very fair reasons, are kind of struggling, whatever, going through tough stuff. You meet people who maybe conventionally beautiful, maybe, you know, uniquely beautiful, but they're just radiant and you're so drawn to them and it's so just infectious and you're like, I need to be around this person.
Oof, I love listening back to that and thinking about how we have the chance to give voice and a safe space to such a tricky topic like body image. So if you want to hear more of our honest thoughts on body image and our experiences with this topic, make sure you go back and listen to the whole episode. We promise you it's worth it. This final Best Bit segment is one of the most iconic from our first 13 episodes. Patrick and I both listened to this episode next to each other on a plane and we're both dying laughing out loud a few weeks ago. So this comes from our episode on Nikki's rapid fire dating questions and you don't want to miss the episode. Tyler and I asked Nikki a series of normal to unhinged dating questions, and her answers make me laugh every single time. Here is one of the highlights of the episode where we talk about our love language and a wild encounter that I had with a close friend's boyfriend in Croatia.
We have to circle back to the handwritten note or surprise trip because, as Ty said, Nikki could talk about this forever. So tell us more.
I love a handwritten note. I think that purely stems from the amount of cards that I received from my grandma, like my entire life.
Oh, that's precious.
Yeah, that was like her love language. I literally have my mom, my grandma, and my handwriting as the only tattoo on my body. So I'm like a big fan of handwritten anything, thoughts, the whole shebang. It's literally my favorite thing. That's why I was like romantic. When you asked that question, I was like romantic, handwritten letter or note. If you want to go full romance here, write me a note telling me we're going on a trip.
What a dream.
Pinnacle of your life.
Literally,
I'm just picturing
that's all you need.
I'm picturing someday someone proposes to you, but it's just like they know you so well that they just get on one knee and hand you a note and you have to just read it.
I would die. I think it would probably be better if I found the note, read it, and then they were there versus
Turned
being
around.
against me because then I wouldn't be able to like a turnaround.
I'm a hopeless romantic.
Die.
Yeah.
Same.
Oh.
Same. So yeah, I think the notes thing, but Ty knows I left her a little note. Actually wrote my card, Maddie.
Yeah, Nikki, when she left Guernsey, she left this card and it was so beautiful and I teared up reading it. And Maddie, when she left, she gave me an empty card and she said, here you go. I was meant to write in it, but I didn't have time.
Okay, to be fair, should we blame the Global Besties? Because our last 2 days in Guernsey, it was like a fire drill. We were trying to record and do as much podcast stuff as we possibly could. And we were like, what's our logo? What's this? What's this? What's this? And I bought this really sweet card. It had a puffin on it, right?
It did, yes.
Yeah, this really sweet puffin card. And I was like, I'm going to write the sweetest note. Maybe it's arrogant of me to be like, oh, I'm going to like blow Ty's mind with this sweet note. But I did. I was raised in the South. I was raised to write notes. And so I was like, I'm going to write this sweet note. And I didn't have time. So I just handed the blank puffin card to Ty. I was like, imagine that this is filled with really, really sweet things about our time together.
The thought was there.
Yeah. Which, speaking of, another one we have to circle back on is love language. Nikki was quick with acts of service, so I'm super curious. Is it time to tell the Allen Wrench story? Does this count as an act of service?
Oh yeah, that was an act of service that I greatly appreciated. I was like, okay, buy me an Allen wrench. So dumb. It's literally so dumb.
We should preface this with Nikki came to Pat and I and she was like, guys, what does it mean when a guy buys you an Allen wrench? We were like, what in the world?
Did I don't remember like actually asking you that, but
yes, you asked Pat, you were like, Pat, from a guy's perspective, what does it mean when a guy buys you an Allen wrench?
Okay, I'm remembering now. Yeah, so that was the Irish guy I was just talking about. I desperately needed an Allen wrench and I couldn't find one in this town to save my life. And I had sprinted across town to this hardware store to get one. I was like late for something and I get there and they didn't have any. And I was like, I need a freaking Allen wrench. It's like part of my camera gear stuff. I went to Mexico earlier this year and for whatever reason where did I go? Cabo? They take your Allen wrenches. You're not allowed to have Allen wrenches when you go through TSA. So they ripped my bags apart and found every single one that I didn't even know was in my bag and took them all of them.
Just to quickly interject, if anybody doesn't know what an Allen wrench is, think of a tiny like L-shaped tool. Very small.
Yeah, like IKEA furniture.
I was going to say you can put every piece of IKEA furniture together with one.
In the UK, we call it an Allen key. So that might help.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And I desperately needed one to put my like camera thing on my backpack. I needed it for my camera gear. Couldn't find one anywhere to save my life. And this guy went to the hardware store and he was like, hey, do you still need an Allen wrench? I was like, I sure do. And he was like, okay, I'll grab these for you. And I was like, that's literally so nice of you. Thank you so much. Acts of service. Say less. That makes me so happy. And then I was like, what does it mean when a man buys you an Allen wrench? Like, my little heart's like, oh my God, you bought me an Allen wrench. But then the practical part of my brain is like, Nikki, it's an Allen wrench. Get over it. It's not an engagement ring.
It's not like, they walked across the whole city to bring you a rain jacket, wasn't they?
That would be really romantic.
Oh my
that
goodness,
would be really romantic.
I have delved into darkness. Sorry. The room, if you're watching this on YouTube, the room has slowly just gotten dark behind me during this whole recording.
Yeah, so acts of service are definitely my thing. That's how I choose to give love. It's how I love to receive love. I took that test at one point, and I am not joking when I say that acts of service were like, I don't even remember what the percentage breakdown was. I think it was something like 40% acts of service, and then every single other one was the exact same percentage going down. Like, far outweigh with acts of service. So,
yeah.
But I have been trying to, like, be better about recognizing other people's love languages and being like, okay, you really like when I say nice things to you. I can do that. Even though that's uncomfortable for me, I can do that.
Ty, what's your love language?
The way that I show love or the way that I receive love?
Both.
Do you know what? I feel like over the years it's changed. I do appreciate an act of service as well. I also love words of affirmation. I don't know what the psychology is behind that, but I do. And how do I think quality time is one that I like to give. I feel like time is very precious, and to be able to spend time with the person that you love and like show them in that way, I love to do that.
Yeah.
Maddie, what
makes
about
sense.
yourself?
So, not to like be a contrarian with it, but I don't know necessarily what words that I would put to it. So put these in whatever category you want. But I think the way that I give love is through encouragement, which I guess would be like, words of affirmation. But
yeah.
I love encouraging. I love encouraging people so much to the point where I'm like, I had to like check my heart and be like, is this selfish? Because I love it so much that I'm like, it brings me so much joy to encourage other people. But I do. I love encouraging people because this world is hard and we could all use more encouragement than we have.
You're
to
literally
receive,
the most encouraging person I know. It's actually insane in the best way.
It's very kind. The way that I receive love, so physical touch has always been like my highest, but I do think it's changing with Patrick. Physical touch. Oh yeah, I love physical touch. It's my fave. With Patrick, it's for sure physical touch.
Well, I never, with the two of you, ever would have said physical touch.
I love it. A hug makes me just feel like it calms my nervous system down.
See, whereas I'll get overstimulated. I'm like, please don't touch me.
Yeah. But yeah, with Patrick,
shocked.
especially, just physical touch is like the best. But I would say that my overarching way that I receive love is through intentionality. And I think physical touch takes intentionality. Like, you're not typically accidentally rubbing someone's back. Or, although, if Hannah Hughes is listening to this, Adventures with Hannah, her boyfriend Blake accidentally kind of rubbed my butt in Croatia because he thought I was Hannah.
I didn't know if we were going to that or
it was the funniest thing.
Balls on the back.
Or what?
Platonic balls on the back.
Oh, we cannot ever talk about that with another boat compadre. But just to feel like I should clarify, that didn't actually happen. That was a comment someone made in a very weird human. Yeah. Anyway, that whole thing made me so uncomfortable. But yeah, Blake, I guess that's really the only instance of accidental physical touch from another man that I've had my whole life. But so with Patrick, it's, if Patrick listening to this, yes, physical touch. But I feel like that's because it takes intentionality. So I think anything that's intentional, like if someone were to like see me across the room, walk over and be like, hi, like look me in the eye and be like, hi, I'd be like, oh, thank you. That's so kind. How are you? Hi. Or, just like, I thought of you, or send me a song, or just like really whatever, I don't know, expression of intentionality there is.
Yeah. I actually, do you know what? This isn't one of the official love languages, but I think my love language is surprises.
Oh. Yes.
I don't know if does this fall under the realm of gift giving? I don't know. But I love surprising people with things.
But it could be like a surprise kiss.
Like, dang it, I wish I had known that because I would have handed you the puffin card and not said anything, and it would have been a surprise. There was nothing in it. It would have been like, this is how you feel love. Surprise, there's nothing in this card.
Maddie. I was surprised you didn't set the time aside to write that card.
Oh, that's
I'm joking.
It breaks my heart. It breaks my heart.
I'm joking. But I will bring it next time we see each other.
Please do. It'll be the traveling card. Patrick, I know for a fact, has had a birthday card that he bought for me for like 4 years that he keeps forgetting to give to me. we both know it. It's like sitting in his nightstand. And it's just every year I'm like, I'll like ask him, I'm like, are you gonna give me the card this year? And he'll be like, yeah. And then like he'll end up buying another card or something. And I'm like, when am I ever gonna receive this card that's in your nightstand?
I feel like at some point we got to get the husbands on here so that people can know them a little bit better in their humor because they're just getting
Yeah, definitely.
sprinkles.
Yeah, they're gems.
We hope you guys enjoyed that segment as much as we did, because every time I listen back to that episode, I laugh out loud. So if you want more joy in your life, please go back and listen to the full episode on Nikki's dating life and the rapid fire questions. Thank you guys so much for being here for our first official Best Bits episode. We had so much fun reliving these and listening to every episode back to find these segments for you guys, and we hope you did too. Be sure to go back and listen through each episode this holiday season. We hope it brings you so much joy, and as always, you belong here.